Good day and welcome to a second update today. And right now we're not going to discuss Bitcoin because Bitcoin has been covered a lot in the past few days. But let's just discuss what Ethereum could be doing and what the levels are for that one going into the FOMC meeting from tomorrow, but also going into the next period of time and what we should be expecting from that one, as Ethereum has been correcting quite harshly as well, from 4.8k to 2.2, having a correction of more than 50%. But before we're going to continue, make sure to subscribe beneath, like this YouTube update, and make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where you can find daily content when it comes to the markets. Also, make sure to like this YouTube update if you enjoy the content. And tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Central European Time, we are going live because the FOMC meeting will be addressing and sharing the information as well. So that's what we're going to cover tomorrow in the update or in the live stream, in which we are going to see the actual action of the price action too. So not only Bitcoin has been showing correction, but what we have actually been seeing is weakness across the markets. So Bitcoin started to correct, and even worse, altcoins were selling off in their Bitcoin pair too. With Ethereum, we have actually been seeing that in the price action already, and now we are seeing a very harsh correction in that one taking place. So the panic was quite severe and quite heavy in the crypto markets, might still be the case, and that's why we're going to have pretty heavy sell-offs on the moment that we're going to make any sort of bounce, because of that fear and that panic in the markets at this point. And that's why we see that the Ethereum against Bitcoin pair has lost a ton of value. So that is something that we should be addressing, because what are we expecting from here? Well, we're expecting to see a case of potential bouncing taking place, and then we're going to see, okay, if we're going to expect Bitcoin to bounce, should we be into Bitcoin or in Ethereum? That is a topic that we're addressing tomorrow morning. So lots of introduction, let's head towards the charts. Let's discuss the USDT pair and the Bitcoin pair for Ethereum. Let's go towards them. So when we're looking at the price action, I think we can all agree that the market has been dropping heavily and that we are in, well, not, some people are in losses, some people are having less profit. So that is the current fact of the markets, and still the overall debate is, should I actually be shorting here? Should I be selling here? If we go through all those options, which we'll be doing tomorrow, I think that the odds are that longing is still favorable over shorting in those regions that we're currently seeing. But what do we see on the price action of Ethereum? Very simple. We have been making a lower high. We have also been making a lower high after that. Bounced back quite strong in that period. Another lower high. We've also been rejecting here again. And right now we are seeing a similar lower high as we rejected at 3.3k, right? So we lost some momentum there and started to nuke south. So the level that I was watching was the area around 2.5. And we also got the levels here at 2.1 and 2.3. And now we're getting into the stage that people are seeking to long Ethereum at $1,800, through which it will most likely be front run, given the fact that the RSI is so deep at this point and the actual move was quite harsh itself too, that longing at 1800 is not really what you should be expecting to see at this point. We could still be getting there, but I think that the odds are favorable that we're going to have some sort of bounce instead of a continued correction at this stage. But we'll get to that in the lower time frames. Crucial areas to watch for Ethereum are quite simple. What are the potential rejection points? Well, let's make this one orange, in which the area at 2.7 might be the same as the area that we've seen here at 3.350. Rejection taking place at a lower level than the previous resistance point or previous support, because this one is also a support level and resistance that has been used quite often. So this is a sign of weakness in which the strength wasn't even in the level or in the bounce itself, through which we rejected the first level already and come back down. So in this case, we can actually have a bounce all the way towards 3k and potentially 3.1, which you could be looking at for potential shorts. But if we are going to have a bounce and we can't even get to 2.7, the odds are quite favorable that we're going to have a retest of the lows at 2.1 and potentially even 1.8. So that's the higher time frame outlook right now. I think that the levels are quite clear, and when we're looking at the lower time frame outlook, we can see that we have that fake out beneath the price action taking place here, bullish divergence, and now we're trying to actually get a higher low going, in which we flip the level at 2.330 before we're going to have some upwards momentum, and then the test is going to happen at 2.560 to 2.7. That's going to be the region that we have to break, which is all debatable for tomorrow. So that's the vision of Ethereum against USDT. Ethereum against Bitcoin is showing way more weakness, as you can see. This is the old chart in which we constructed a fake out on the upside, right? And then a rejection here would assume that we're going to test the level at green, and then potentially test even lower levels, which as a matter of fact is currently happening. So when we're getting a clean chart for Ethereum against Bitcoin, the levels remain the same. The weekly chart is showing a fake out above this level, in which we drop back into the range and we can see an immediate rejection taking place at this level as well. So when we're looking at the weekly time frame for important levels to look at, we've got the range low at 0.058, and we've got this weekly block that we're also seeing at 0.062. I think that is quite expected that we're going to have some tests taking place at these regions here. I will have to do it like this. In that case, the trend is also down on Ether against Bitcoin, making those lower highs, right? So we've got this clear rejection taking place here, nukes out. We also got a clear rejection taking place here at 0.07, and that one nuked out even more. In order to have a test taking place at this region, I'd preferably want to see a reclaim of 0.07. So if we are going to watch for a potential bounce out of this region already, as we are in some sort of daily support, this is the region that we should be watching. And if that rejects, I'm still assuming that we're going to get a test here. I think that we're going to try to find ourselves a new higher low, as we have been doing in the recent constructions too, which has to be made around the region of 0.062. But in between, some bounces are likely to happen. But I think that if you want to start accumulating your position, this is the region that you want to look at. So that's the short update about Ethereum today. Make sure to subscribe beneath, check the updates tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and always keep smiling. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening.